School cybersecurity crisis, America's education system under attack. Introduction. Hello, this is Quantum Cyber AI, your expert source for AI-driven cybersecurity insights. We track cyber threats across sectors, and today, we're diving into a crisis hitting schools nationwide. Imagine this, it's a regular Monday morning. Students log into their Chromebooks for class, only to find a flashing red screen. Files encrypted. Systems locked. A ransom note demanding Bitcoin. The school goes dark. No internet. No email. No attendance system. No lunch accounts. This isn't fiction. It's happening across America, and it's getting worse. Until recently, there was at least a slow march toward improving school cybersecurity. Agencies like CISA, the FBI, and the Department of Education had begun building a patchwork of best practices, alerts, and low-cost tools to help districts stay safe. That progress is now gone. In 2025, as President Trump dismantles the Department of Education, slashes CISA's budget, America's schools have been left to face rising cyber attacks alone. At Quantum Cyber AI, we've been tracking this disturbing trend closely. Local leaders are being told to do more with less even as ransomware attacks escalate, student data gets sold on the dark web, and districts with no cybersecurity staff are forced to rebuild their networks from scratch. According to Doug Levin of K-12-6, speaking in March 2025, and the attacks are only accelerating. Cyber attacks on schools rose 92% between 2022 and 2023, with at least 98 confirmed ransomware incidents in 2023 alone. Meanwhile, many districts still allocate less than 2% of their IT budgets to cybersecurity. Only 1/3 of U.S. schools have a full-time cybersecurity staffer. With no dedicated federal funding, and E-rate still refusing to cover cybersecurity tools, schools are on their own. The result is a full-scale cybersecurity crisis, driven by outdated infrastructure, staffing gaps, and a complete federal retreat. Why schools are prime cyber targets. Our team at Quantum Cyber AI has found that schools are perfect storm targets, underfunded, overexposed, and filled with sensitive data. First, outdated infrastructure. Many schools still run legacy systems from the 2000s, with no centralized patching or firewall protocols. Second, staffing gaps. According to the Consortium for School Networking, only 12% of school districts have a full-time cybersecurity position. Third, high-value data. Student records include names, social security numbers, medical info, even immigration status. It's exactly the kind of data cybercriminals want. As CISA put it, a 2023 report from the Center for Internet Security found that K-12 organizations were the single most targeted sector for ransomware that year. Without adequate protections, schools are vulnerable to ransomware attacks, identity theft, and long-term reputational harm. Real-world attacks, a national pattern. These attacks are no longer rare or limited to major cities. Let's look at a few high-profile cases. Los Angeles Unified School District, 2022. One of the largest school districts in the country was hit with a ransomware attack that disrupted systems and exposed sensitive student information. Hackers released 500 gigabytes of stolen data online, including student psychological assessments and disciplinary records. Des Moines Public Schools, 2023. A major ransomware attack forced the district offline for 2 days, disrupting internet access and class operations. The attackers targeted student identity data and left a ransom note, though the district refused to pay. About 6,700 individuals were notified their personal data may have been exposed. Minneapolis Public Schools, 2023. Medusa ransomware group demanded a $1 million ransom, which the district did not pay. Hackers released over 300,000 files online, including student records, medical data, and disciplinary reports. The breach affected more than 100,000 people. And it's not just big districts. Small schools with only one IT staffer, or none, are now soft targets. In a 2023 survey, 67% of small districts said they had no written cybersecurity plan. The role of budget cuts. Our analysis shows the gap between threats and readiness is growing, especially as cybersecurity funding disappears. Federal tech grants have stalled. Programs like E-Rate don't cover cybersecurity software or staff. COVID relief expired. Schools upgraded devices, but follow-up funding for cybersecurity never came. Competing priorities. School boards often focus on visible needs, like HVAC systems or classroom staffing, over invisible cyber risks. According to a 2022 Government Accountability Office report, learning loss after a cyberattack ranged from 3 days to 3 weeks. Recovery time stretched from 2 to 9 months. Financial damage? Anywhere from $50,000 to $1 million per district. What's at stake? The risks go far beyond technical disruption. These are life-altering consequences for students, and legal, financial, and reputational nightmares for districts. First, identity theft. Student records contain full names, birth dates, social security numbers, and home addresses. Unlike adults, children's credit isn't monitored, making their data ideal for long-term fraud. One study found that 1 in 50 children was a victim of identity theft in 2022, often undetected for 5 years or more. Their data is sold on the dark web for as little as $2 per student. Impacts include damaged credit, denied student loans, IRS fraud alerts, and even compromised immigration or health records. Second, learning disruptions. A compromised network means 1. No attendance systems. 2. No testing platforms. 3. No access to special education tools like IEP software for already vulnerable students, those with disabilities or from low-income backgrounds. These delays can be devastating. Third, physical safety. School infrastructure increasingly depends on digital systems, badge access, surveillance cameras, fire alarms, and intercoms. If those systems are hacked, the danger is real, not just digital. In 2021, hackers gained access to 150,000 surveillance cameras, including live feeds inside schools. Footage was exposed online, raising serious concerns about student and staff safety. This isn't just digital chaos. It's real-world danger. What schools can do, even without a big budget at quantum cyber AI, we believe the goal isn't perfection, it's resilience. Even the most underfunded districts can take smart steps to protect their schools. Start with these basics. 1. Use multi-factor authentication for staff logins and admin panels. 2. Turn on automatic updates across all devices. 3. Limit permissions. Students should not have install access. Train your staff and students. Human error is still the #1 cause of breaches. Run phishing simulations. Teach digital hygiene. Encourage people to report suspicious activity. And use available help. Top-tier tools like Google Admin Console, Cisco Umbrella, Cloudflare for Education, and Microsoft Defender offer free or discounted access to K-12 institutions. Colleges and nonprofits also offer free audits, training, and student-led cybersecurity help. Policy solutions. Until recently, cybersecurity coordination was gaining momentum. CISA, the FBI, and the Department of Education shared threat intelligence and guidance with school systems. That's now been dismantled. In 2025, the Trump administration gutted CISA's funding, issued an executive order to eliminate the Department of Education, and ended most federal coordination. So what happens next? States must lead. 1. Create or expand cybersecurity grants like those in New York and Texas. 2. Set minimum cybersecurity standards, just like fire codes. 3. Partner with universities and companies to provide tools and training. 4. Advocate for E-Rate expansion to include cybersecurity protections. Conclusion: cybersecurity is school infrastructure. America's schools are under attack, not from armed intruders, but from silent, sophisticated hackers. The impact is already here: leaked records, canceled classes, broken trust. And the federal safety net? It's gone. This isn't just bad policy, it's an invitation to disaster. If the federal government steps back, we have to step up. States, districts, and tech allies still have options. There are free tools, proven strategies, and common sense policies that can protect our schools, before it's too late. Cyber attacks are accelerating. Budgets are shrinking. Students are at risk. The worst response now is silence. The next ransomware attack is already in motion, and our kids are still logged in. This is Quantum Cyber AI. Thanks for watching. To explore more school cybersecurity resources and reports, check the description below.